Hello, dirt people. Let's try this again. Welcome to another episode of Riding with Dirt Lad. Let's call this the Learning and Exploration podcast. Vlog. It's not really a podcast, is it? Podcast would have a theme and people and guests and maybe be uploaded to iTunes or Spotify or something. This is just me doing stuff. The learning episode. So, I've made probably a half a dozen vlogs over the past couple of weeks, trying to get to the point where, yeah, I can tell everybody what I've learned. Certainly have had some issues. I got the GoPro and the camera. I think that's all worked out. Hi, everybody. Audio has been a bear. Trying to deal with wind noise, trying to find a placement inside the helmet. And you know, because I want to say stuff. I have things that I want to say. I want things that I want to bring up. But also, when I get home and I download the raw footage, and yeah, the wind noise is just a pig. Although maybe some people prefer the wind noise to the sound of my voice too, so that's okay. We're all good. We're all friends here. So I think I might have got it. You know, like some of the people on YouTube have said, through various settings and other channels and stuff on the GoPro 8 that I've been following. You know, hook up the external mic, get a good lavalier mic, get a wind sock, and it does make a difference. So hopefully I've got this worked out. I just saw that Mercedes go through that light or against a red turning light. Idiot. And start. Here we are, Wednesday, July 14th. It's like the middle of summer. If you say that summer is June, July, and August, we're at the middle, everybody. Halfway done. Riding season is middle of March till the middle of November. March, April, May is 3 months. June, July is, well, 4 months of riding. August, September, October, November. We're in the middle of the riding season. Today is middle day. And what have I learned? I have learned, as I just said, a little bit about audio. And I'm feeling kind of good. I learned something new today at work. When I started on my career, much like other people, junior, picked up some of the technical skills, and I've been quite proud of the fact that I've been able to sort of maintain a technical skill set that I've been able to use to pass along information and ideas and how-tos to co-workers and staff. I've often said I'm the second best person in my organization or in my work group for some of the technical ideas. And by that I mean there are people out there who are better. And the thing is not everybody is better, so I'm happy to be everybody's second best. Today I was talking with a young coworker, up-and-comer in our organization. Since we don't use names, we use nicknames. I was talking to Megadoodle, and she's doing up a little project for me, and she was having problems with a technical component and some of the software, sort of an AutoCAD package, and she was explaining to me what her challenge was, and I happened to be working in AutoCAD doing something else, so I pulled up a blank drawing and was trying to work through what she was telling me and some of the challenges, and all of a sudden it was like boom, I started doing something that one of our senior drafting technologists has been doing, and she's very, very good at it, and I figured out what she was doing, and I was able to explain this to Megan, Megadoodle, Megan, in a way that she was able to understand and incorporate right away into her work, solve her problems. And it's like, yeah, I feel jazzed, I learned something. Woo! So I feel good. It's always nice to come home from you know, the day at the salt mines, if you will. For those of you of a particular generation, I can say that the whistle blew, I slid down the tail of the dinosaur, and yeah, I feel pretty good. So yeah, it's good. Some of the things I don't feel pretty good about, but it is under the category of I'm learning. For those of you who know, I've said it before, I'm riding a I'm not sure, it's either a 2014 or a 2015 Yamaha Roadstar Silverado. And this 1700cc beast that now has, let's flip through this here, 21,600 kilometers on it, give or take. A couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the rear brakes went out. As in, I push on the pedal and there's nothing there. And for those of you who ride regularly, well, we'll say for those of you who don't ride, here's a learning thing for you. Rear brakes are nice. The front brakes are the ones that stop stuff from going and happening. But you need the rear brakes for control. And so I can drive, I can ride without rear brakes. For those of you who do ride and regularly, you'll understand when I say I spend a lot of my time doing downshifting, making sure that I have good stopping distance between me and the front person, and then gentle and judicious use of the front brake. So I use downshifting to get me slowing down, and once the engine, which is connected to the rear tire, is starting the process of slowing me down, then I use the front brakes to make it happen. So what have I learned about this? Well, gosh darn it, I always sort of had a noticed with this bike that sometimes it felt like that the rear brakes were rubbing or making a noise, and it's like, yeah, I gotta get that looked at. But of course, when you notice it, it's riding season, and of course the shops are busy, and I'm still a relatively new rider, so I don't really know a guy in the backyard, you know, or the independent mechanic. So when the brakes failed, I made the appointment a couple of weeks ago, and it's like, oh no, we're too busy. And I'm like, well, I need something. My brakes have failed. And they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. Took it into a local dealership where this bike had actually been purchased from. Dropped it off, and of course you go to a dealership, and their first thing they're going to say is, well, here's what it's going to cost you for us to take a look at it. Not solve your problems, just to put it on the lift. Fine, okay, safety is important. I'm not going to, you know, cheap out on that. They called me and it's like, oh, brake pads done. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Get them fixed. And they're like, it's gone past that, you know. You need a new brake caliper and a brake rotor. And I'm like, on one hand, I'm not 100% believing them, because they're in the business of selling parts and installing them. But I'm like, okay, safety first. When can you get this done? And they're like, oh, well, we have to order parts from Japan. I'm like, really? You got to order parts from Japan? And I'm like, okay, what's it going to cost? Well, I'm not going to tell my business on the internet, but let's just say it's not 3 figures, it's 4. And I'm just mad now. And I'm not mad that I need brakes, and I'm not mad that the bike needs, you know, repairs. I'm mad because this should have been done as a maintenance thing. And it's my fault. Nobody else has done this but me. So what does this mean? Well, I was planning on, you know, planning a trip out west, you know, maybe do some riding through BC. You kind of like to have breaks when you go through the mountains. BC is British Columbia, for those who aren't familiar with Western Canada. And then they come back and they'll tell me, oh yeah, you need new tires. And it's like, I know I need new tires, but I was hoping to sort of get through this season on the tires I have. And it's like, well, fine, get some tires, get the rear brakes done. Now I'm thinking, do I need to get the front brakes done? Oh. So I'm like not feeling the interest to go into any sort of trip. Just can't do it. But it's all part of that learning process. As I say at the end of my videos, own your own shit. And this is a case where I did it, I'm responsible. Nobody to blame but me, so I'm going to own this one. And if owning that means that I delay a vacation or a ride or whatever, safety is important. And we will focus on safe riding and doing the right thing. So good day at work, learned a lot. Hopefully a good day on the vlog and that the audio is coming in. And the other thing that I'm learning is, you broke it, you bought it. You bought it, you fix it, you enjoy it. When it's time to pay the piper, then you pay them. Anyway, I noticed the wind noise is coming up, at least on the side of my helmet, so I'm going to wrap this one up. You know, everybody, take care, own your own shit, look after your own shit, there. And we'll talk later. Bye.